Tough luck, Novak. You know Holger very well. What impressed you the most about him today?
His fighting spirit, I think. He stayed composed also mentally all the way to the last shot. For somebody who is so young to show this composure and maturity in the big match like this is very impressive. He has had a week of his life. I mean, winning against 4 or 5 top 10 guys, top 10 players. It's quite impressive. He deserved it. I had so many chances. I mean, all sets. Early in the second again, like the last 2 matches. Love 40 didn't use that. I just missed by little the backhand down the line passing shot. Love 40, 30-40 incredible get he had from my smash, and just like one of these moments where match goes one way or the other way. And I thought that if I would break his serve there, I would keep the momentum going, but he managed to turn around. Again, the crowd got on his side, lifted him up. But very exciting match. Had my chances. I had a break in the third, 30 love. He was brave. He went for some shots. I was not active enough, I think, with my feet. Some break chances, just some uncharacteristic mistakes, and it is what it is. Some you win, some you lose. Yesterday I could have easily lost the match as well against Tsitsipas, but I won. Today I didn't, so that's okay. It was a very good week.
Novak, absolutely, there were so many opportunities and chances in the match, but do you think the biggest opportunity for you was that 3-1 in the
3-1,
final
30
set?
love, and then he went for this huge return. He caught then he passed me, he caught the net, and then went over. That game again on deuce, net, over. Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things when it happens, it happens. But, I can't say he just won because he was lucky. He was brave. He went for the shots. And I wasn't active enough and decisive enough in the important moments. And unfortunately, it bounced back against me.
Hello, Novak. You have faced also this season Carlos Alcaraz. Between Holger and Carlos, which are the main difference as opponents?
Well, they're similar in terms of physicality. I think they're both really fit. They train very hard. They're very dedicated guys. They defend, both of them, extremely well. Rune has better backhand. Alcaraz has better forehand. But they are both improving on those shots that maybe are not as good as maybe other shots. But they, when I say it's not as, is not as good, meaning it's not huge difference. I mean, they have great shots. I mean, great forehand from Rune or great backhand from Alcaraz. So they're very complete players for 19-year-olds. It's quite impressive. I mean, also their energy on the court and just motivating themselves and wanting to do well and staying mentally present. It's impressive.
Novak, I know it's early, but just a question about the ATP finals. You own this tournament for many years, won 5 times, 4 times in a row, but since 2015, no title, only 1 final, which is almost weird because we all know how good you are indoor. But this year, you're probably more fresh than you've been the last few years.
Yeah.
And I suppose you're very hungry. So how important would it be for you to win the ATP
well,
finals?
Every tournament is important, at this stage of my career. Anywhere I play, I try to win, and that's not a secret. So that's kind of my mentality and approach coming into Torino. I feel very good on the court. I think I'm playing very, very good tennis. Of course, I'm disappointed with the loss today, but it was very close. It was just very few points that decided the winner. But the level of tennis that I'm playing is high, and I like my chances. Of course, every match is like finals there. So, there's no easy matches. You got to be fit, fresh. The good thing is that you have a day between every match in the group stage, so you have time to recover between each match, which is good. Let's see. I played there last year. I played really good tennis. Played semis, tight match against Zverev, who was eventual champion. So I know that the conditions are different. The ball is flying more because it's altitude. It's quite fast, so you got to serve well, and I'll be there some days before to train and hopefully be at my best.
Hi, Novak. You told Holger how happy you were for him and how much you liked his style of play. I was wondering, when you're playing against someone who's also clearly got so much power in his game, does he remind you of yourself perhaps just a few years ago? And if so, what does it feel like playing against someone like that?
I said that yesterday. I think he does have a lot of elements that remind me of myself when I was his age. You know, just a very competitive spirit, very confident, going for the shots. I mean, backhand, very solid backhand, great backhand. Drop shots, you know, good return, mixing things up, coming to the net. And so, I mean, he has improved a lot. We played last year in US Open, and since then his level is higher, two, 3 levels higher for sure. So I'm sure that he's going to keep going. He's got, you know, big objectives and goals, and understandably so, because he's really a player that has a potential to reach great heights.
Well, then again,
Thank you.
Can you express in words what you're feeling right now?
Yeah, it's quite incredible to stay here with the trophy. It's an amazing feeling, and something that was, you know, tough to expect. You know, starting the week off, you know, having 3 match points down, and then now to be able to be here with this beautiful trophy is absolutely amazing feeling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've beaten 5 top 10 to win the tournament. What a journey. Do you realize it?
Now I do. After the match, not quite. It was very emotional after the match. It's you know, probably the best feeling of my life, of my whole career, and it's kind of a small dream come true, even though I have bigger dreams. But it's a really good, you know, step on the way to be able to play these kind of big matches against, you know, one of the greatest players like Novak, and you know, to be able to win that last game was the biggest relief of my life, and it was my stress level was very high, so you know, I was super happy to come through.
Holger, as the match progressed, what were your feelings during play? He gets the first set. He's up 3-1 in the final set. Then there were all the break points when you were serving for the match. What was going through you at those various stages? Were you starting to have any doubts? How did you feel?
I really tried to stay in the moment, because I feel like I couldn't, you know, just tell myself that it's not acceptable to lose games. You know, I just had to accept it, because Novak, he's obviously an amazing player, amazing athlete, so I had to accept that he's going to break me, and I just had to, you know, move on after that, try to see if I can get a chance in his serving game, and you know, I really stayed in the moment. After I got broken in the third, I was there. I, you know, tried to make him play on every return, and you know, I was good enough to get the break. And after that, you know, it's 3-all, 4-all, 5-all, and then everything is open. And you know, as you saw in the end, it was you know, very open.
Congratulations, Holger. You have mentioned your mother when you received the prize. How important is she for you in your career?
Yeah, for sure. She's so important. I mean, without her, I would obviously not be here today. So, I mean, she's been supporting me since I was a little kid, and you know, she's still here, and it's amazing to have her by my side. Also, my home family. My dad was here today, and my sister back home. So it's amazing to have my family supporting me so well. So I appreciate that.
Hello, Holger. You defeated Novak Djokovic, who was a kind of idol for you. Everybody saw the selfie with him you made when you were a teenager and a child. In tennis, you have to beat the opponent. There's only one winner. And it's very hard, maybe, to think that you can beat a monument, someone that was your idol. Did you very spontaneously think that you could beat Djokovic at this stage? Or did you have to work on it to get this conviction that it was your turn as soon as now?
Yeah, I would say always before matches, I believe I can win no matter who I'm going to play. But obviously, I know it was going to take some extra today, because it's in a final. He played, if I'm not wrong, over 100 ATP finals in his career. So he's, you know, much more experienced than I am. But I just tried to use my young willpower to do everything I can to put him under pressure. And I played great in the important moments today, and that was what made the difference. I mean, he was really tough to play. It's probably one of the toughest matches I've ever played in my life.
Holger, congratulations from the Serbian media.
Thank you.
Yes. winning such a match is an incredible achievement. And would you attribute it to courage, skill, bravery, willingness to fight? What is the most important emotional element that you would attribute this great victory to? Thanks.
Yeah, I think to be brave, honestly, because especially in these kind of circumstances, when you play in a final of, for me, the biggest final that I've ever played in my life, it's really about trying to be brave and be solid at the same time, because, obviously I was very nervous before playing Novak, and this occasion is, a bit stressful, so I had to tell myself, to calm down, but still, believe in myself and go for my shots, because, I'm not going to beat him just by pushing the ball back, so I really had to do something, be creative, and I was doing that, I made a few drop shots here and there, tried to change the rhythm, and, it didn't always work, but a few times it did, and it worked enough today, so I'm happy.
You will be 10th in the world tomorrow, and the first one to in replacement for Torino. So, are you gonna go to Milano or Torino?
I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna go to Turin. I mean, I'm one out, and I wish all the players that I'm not gonna play, because I wish them to be healthy. But at the same time, it would be awesome if I got to play. I didn't expect that at all 4 or 5 weeks ago, but now I'm here, and I'm super happy how I officially ended my season. And if there possibly is more matches, I'm just super excited for it. And right now, I just can't wait to get some sleep, get some food, just relax totally.
Okay, sorry.
Hi, Rune. You are the first Danish player to reach the top 10. How do you think it's going to change the perspective of tennis in your home country now?
Yeah, I hope it's going to change. I mean, it already changed a little bit since I went into top 30. So there is more focus on tennis in Denmark in general. And we obviously had Wozniacki, but, I'm kind of the first male player that's on the tour. And it's great. I mean, more focus in Danish tennis is great. It's good to see that young kids can, start playing more, going to more tournaments, traveling more, and, I want to say to them, just keep believing in yourself, and they can always ask me some advice if they want.
Holger, with all you've achieved over the last few days, with beating 5 players in 5 top 10 in 5 days, cracking the latest member of the top 10, winning this trophy, etc. If you had to pick one thing on what you've done over the last week, what would it be and why?
To beat Novak today, I would say. To be able to beat him in such an occasion, as I said, in a final, is probably the most, the best feeling of this whole week. And of course, I take it step by step. It was also very important for me to beat Felix and Alcaraz and these guys, but still to be able to beat Novak on such an occasion, and he's probably one of the greatest that we've ever had in the sport, and it's a crazy feeling to be able to beat him in this final. So I would say the final.